Hey Fuzzy Goat family, Melissa here in Thomasville, Georgia at the Fuzzy Goat. I'm glad to be here with you today and hope everybody had a good week. I love coming on Tuesdays and sharing my progress because let's be fair, not everybody really cares, that what you do with your knitting and crocheting. So we had lots of rain this weekend, so it was really good for knitting. So I did just that. I did a lot of knitting. Did want to give a quick update. I have baby Theo got the hat that I made, and I got a picture which was awesome. It's a little big on him, but that's okay. He's going to grow. And I think that's really all. I'm just going to go right to my projects. And let's see the first one I'm going to do. Okay, this is the first one. We'll do the heart again. I've told people here that they need to be impressed when I pull this out. So the heart again, I spent quite a bit of time on the heart again, and I hope you can tell that I did, right? Like I have, hello Eric, hello Teresa. I finished, I think, 1.5 repeats on this thing this weekend. So I've gotten to the point where I have the pattern there, but I don't have to look at it all the time. So I'm expecting some oohs and ahs there, people. Like, this is impressive that, yes, you've seen progress now. I am determined to get this off my needles. So anyway, that's the heart again, made with Spud and Chloe Fine. It's a cotton silk blend, and I think we did have it in the sale, but I think it's gone. We have it in the tutu, which is this lovely pink, and a sidewalk, which was a gray. So yes. All right. So that's the heart again, and I can really see the finish line. Yes, thank you, Eric. Ooh and ah. Kathy, thank you. Okay. The next thing I want to show you guys is my sock. So I have gotten, this is the second sock. I finished the cuff. I finished the heel flap. Can you see that? I have finished the heel, and I'm working on the gussets. All these new terms, which are fabulous. I'm doing this one on a 1, and I'm considering I think it wants you to get back to 64 stitches in the circumference, and I think I might do a little less than that because I have a thin foot. But yeah, so it's been fun. It's fun to carry around. It never fails. It really never fails for me when I am planning to go to the doctor, or my husband had a procedure done yesterday, and I'm like, yes, I've got my project. I'm ready to go. Every time I have it, it's like 20 minutes. I literally sat down. Yep, come on in. He's done. I'm like, I hardly even got a repeat done, so I guess it's better than not having it. So that's good. So the pattern that I'm doing is the church mouse. But I just lost it. Yeah, basic sock pattern, cuff down. That's what I'm doing. I'm using a 9-inch circular needle, and I went down to a 1. All right, that's my sock. This one is the Stephen West pattern. I always say this wrong. Moherina Melody. Sorry. This has been a lot of fun, and I'll tell you why. Look what I found. Okay, so I told him last week when I was wearing my shandy, somebody was watching, and they said they had just finished their shandy, which happened to be their first sweater project finished. So I had mentioned that to my husband, and he said a shout out to you and I can't remember your name, who it was, but finished your lovely shandy cardigan. So anyway, I'm working on this shawl, which I don't usually make for myself, but I'm making this one. The story goes, it was a cold day here, and somebody walked in, and they had didn't have a jacket on because it wasn't that cold, but had this shawl on, and it looked lovely. There was a lot of colors, or a lot of different patterns, and she told me it was a Stephen West. I'm like, perfect. That's gonna be able to check me off my box for my Stephen West. So I got to work on this this weekend, and I don't know. I was playing around in my stash, and I had forgotten that I had gotten a mini pack when we had 29 Bridges pop up. So I decided to throw some of this in there just to confuse things, but I'm not really sure it matters much. But okay, so where the section I'm in now, just laughing and Madeline just appeared from nowhere. The section I'm in now is mohair or Surrey silk, which I'm using, and then a solid, but you can see they're both blue, so you can't really see it. So I am going to throw in there, I believe, this color. Okay, it's a little different than my other speckly color that I have down here. And so this has just been, it's been a lot of fun when I realized I could throw that in there. Then here, I don't know if you can see it, but it's not going to make a big deal in the end. This was supposed to be my light gray, but I didn't want the light gray up against that other light color, so I used blue, but then the blue ended up being, anyway, it's fine. It's just a lot of fun just to be like, I'm just going to throw something else in here. And look, we got some holes going on here. Not hole, this is planned hole. And it's just been so much fun. These two, I will say, were more complicated repeats. This one was not, and this one was not. So the only thing with this repeat that I'm in now, I think there's like 14 rows, and I think you just do it twice. These guys, we did like 7 times, which that seemed like a lot. But just so, you know, like I had a bright light on. You're doing, for the big hole, you do 3 yarn overs, and then you're like purling knitting into one. 3 stitches, so a total of 8. In those 3, you create 8. So you just really have to pay attention because you could lose those very easily, which I'm not really sure it would matter. But so let me show you the pattern too, because I was trying to figure out. This is the last. I think this is the last one. Let's see, and then I start repeating again. So yeah, I think I'm somewhere in his pattern, somewhere around here. I think I'm hoping, and then we're getting ready to go downhill. So I repeat everything 2 more times, but the color combinations change, I think, or I might change them because that's apparently what I like to do. And I realized, like, yeah. So his colors, these are his color choices, and 2 of mine were very close, so that's going to cause me a little issue, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. Yeah. So it's. Oh, sorry, I'm off the screen here. That's really been fun. I was kind of surprised. Now I can kind of see the Stephen West, like, why you want to do his projects, because there's always something going on. And like, I think I've probably learned a couple things even in some of these stitches. So super fun. And I just love that I found this. And I knew, like, it's like you buy colors that you know you like. I had no idea what I was going to use this for. And guess what? It works. See, I might even try to get this one in there. That one's kind of cool too. But yeah. Okay, so that's fun. Going pretty fast, I have to say. All right, what's the next one I want to talk about? Oh, the Papa sweater. Oh my gosh. So this is so much fun. It's not something that you can be totally distracted because, as you can see, you know, there's a lot going on with the flowers. You see that pretty good? I'm just so excited about it. There's 4 repeats. 4 sections of 90 stitch repeats. Let me be clear on that. It just is so much fun. And I have all these stitch markers, and at the beginning I even had more. Like, I went crazy because I just wasn't sure the best way to do it. The blue stitch markers indicate my little ladder back jacquard thingy, and the colored ones were markers I put in there like every 10 so that I could go back to my chart if I needed to. It doesn't matter now because if I'm off, I still have to follow the flower pattern, which I have in a couple places where I'm supposed to knit 4, but I have to do my flower in 3. So I just did the flower in 3, so it doesn't really matter where I am, you know, as long as the flower is going to be complete. So I haven't gotten the guts yet to take those out, even though I'm not referring to them, but I'm like, that's my safety net. I do have to keep in, obviously, my repeats. There's one. Here's another one. So I need to keep those in there, and the blue things to let me know that's where my extra stitch is for my ladder back. I'm going to show you the inside too. I'm enjoying this ladder back. Yeah, makes it kind of pretty on the inside, but it's leaving it loose, and it's keeping the lighter color away from the blue, so you don't have the show through as much. Okay, and you probably are just dying to know where I am in this chart, because I am. So let's take a look. I think I am not quite halfway, but what makes me get very happy, well, no, I shouldn't even say that. Yeah, I'm about halfway. I have to look at it the right way. No, it goes to 50 and I'm about row 22. So that's not too bad. This is where it gets tricky, these little flowers. So I just have to have this really close by so at a quick glance I could see where I'm going, because you can easily get lost in these little sections right here. So the bigger ones are easy to see what's happening. So a lot of fun. I've heard a couple people mention that they might do the Papa sweater. It has been fun. It does take a little time to get around, those repeats, but it's definitely rewarding. And sometimes I've just had enough and I have to put it away because you gotta stay focused. Anyway, so that's the Papa sweater. DK weight. I'm using traveling yarn, the DK Paloma. Did I say that? Paloma. And then a stash for the white. It's just something I had in my stash. All right. What's the next thing I want to talk about? I think I just have one more. I told you. Okay, I did tell you about the Pearl Soho garter ear flap hat. Wow, that is a mouthful. I did tell you about that. And then I have one other thing. So I have two other things. I am comfortable with the number of projects I have going right now. I'm just going to say that. And I am determined to get the Hardigan off. And so I'm not going to say I'm not going to cast on until I get that off, but it is a center of my focus. So I'm just going to say that. How is the weather in Wisconsin? I wonder. I bet I'm going to tell you, it is hot here. It is sticky here, and I'm just going to say kind of miserable. Like, it just doesn't need to be this like this at all. All right, so I'm going to show you what I did cast on this weekend. I am doing the bamboo knit along with Nando, and mine's would be very similar to this colorway. She might be using mist, and I am using vanilla for the white. So I tuned into her podcast. I'm not sure what you want to call it. Facebook on Saturday. There was a lot of discussion about your gauge and your ease, and that's what I like about her patterns is you can make it multiple times with different ease, different lengths. I am hoping I did do a gauge swatch. I didn't block it. But like I said, her pattern has a lot of ease. So I am making the smallest pattern because I don't do well with 10 inches of ease. Like it just seems like a lot on me. It looks great on her. But I can't do that. And I think we're also going this way with this little guy. And, thank you, Lois. I'm going to talk about my sweater here in a minute. And I did the shortest one, so I hope I'm not going to regret that. There was like 2 or 3 inches difference. I also think it's going to grow, so that's what I'm kind of banking on. So Lynn says the weather in Wisconsin is snowstorm Saturday and Sunday. Cold now. I'm sorry, because I don't know. I could go for a little cold snap right now, honestly. All right, so this is my bamboo, and this has been really fun to do. Once I got over I hope it's not going to be too short and I'm making the right size. Like I still think I'm going to have like 6 inches of ease. If I went up to the next size, it was going to be 10. And I just thought that was a lot for me. So, and I am fairly short-waisted in proportion to everything else in my body. I have very long legs. I mean, not legs, arms. Very long arms. It's very frustrating. All right, so this has been fun. So I hope we do have kits for this. I don't know if we have this colorway left, but we have 3 others. So check it out on our fuzzygoatyarns.com website. And I'm doing this so we can do it together, or the kits we have 5 skeins, which covers most sizes, no matter your length or your chest, how much ease you want. So just check that out though. But yeah, they all have five skeins in them. 1 of the accent color and 4 of the navy. All right, so I do have some other things queued up, and I'm very excited about my current projects, and I will look forward to catching up with you guys next week. I also love to see your projects. If you want to post them, that would be awesome. And call us, text us, email us. Oh, I was going to talk about my sweater. Oh, Z is knitting the bamboo, and I think will you do it at the live? I think I might have seen your name. I saw somebody's name that I recognized. You're really worried about gauge. I just feel like her patterns have a lot of forgiveness, so that's what I'm going with. you know, I hope so. The sweater I'm wearing was a test knit by, I don't know if y'all remember, I made it and it really was about the size that a football team, or at least a football player could fit in, until I realized there was a change in the pattern repeat. So I had to undo it. I had gotten the yoke done. So Z was on live. I did see you there. But the pattern is called, and I never say it, Elysian. It's by Woolly Hooligan. I'll put the link under here too. It was a fun pattern. It's a DK weight as well. All right, so I look forward to next week, you guys. Have a, oh yeah, pattern. This thing.
Did you show that one?
Not yet. Sorry. Oh, it's coming off. We have these new little bags in, which are super fun. Oh my gosh, look at that. It looks, look at how big is that is. So this is a project bag that we got in. It's zippers, all right? And we're calling it, the picture's not up on the website yet because Cadence is going to take a picture once I'm done with my live. But it is on the website. It is, we're calling this project bag Goat. Hence, goat.
I know. It's a sheep.
It's a sheep. And it's called, so on the back, it's really cute. They have the name of the sheep. We might need to fix that. It's called Pearl. P-U-R-L-E. Don't you love that? I just think that is super, super cute. Anyway, all right. I'm going to leave it with that, and I hope you guys have a great week. All right, look forward to talking to you and catching up next week.